The build to SummerSlam should have been a lot better. Welcome back to another video on Influential Sports. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and comment your predictions for SummerSlam as I'm going to get into my predictions. Like I stated, the build should have been better. This is not really most pay-per-views this year haven't been built up very well, and that's really due to how close these pay-per-views are to each other. But only 3 weeks apart, it feels like sometimes 2 weeks apart for these pay-per-views. It's hard to build up these pay-per-views and make them feel special. And then there's certain matches that just shouldn't be on the card. I don't understand how Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, a feud that hasn't been enjoyable, a feud that serves no purpose, is on the card, but Julia and Selena aren't on the card. You can say what you want about them. They just gave Julia Kiana James as a manager, which is cool. I wish they would have explained it more, because I don't mind it, but I just wish it would have been explained more. But you have a little bit more of a story. There's a title on the line. Julia pinned her twice in the triple threat match to qualify for Money in the Bank. Pinned her to win the United States Championship in their first ever one-on-one match against each other. Then Selena eliminated her in the Women's Battle Royal at Evolution. So you have a reason to do a rematch, even though rematch clauses don't exist. But you have a reason to do a rematch, and you do it on SmackDown. But it's the first ever two-night SummerSlam, and you only put one mid-card champion there. And the mid-card championships, that's a whole different topic for another video, which I'm not getting into here. But Selena Vega and Julia should have been on the card instead of Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. And if Sami Zayn wins, then it was no purpose of having this match. And I do think Sami Zayn is going to win. I don't see them. Karrion Kross' contract is up in August, if I'm not mistaken. So what reason would it be for him to win? Have him lose, write him off TV, let him do whatever. He's done in WWE. And I'm done with him too. And I don't even like Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn getting this win. And if he don't get the win, then how do you build up momentum for him to even be a world champion in the future? I know that's what WWE wants. I think the end goal is for him to win the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. So what better way to start that run, to get that push and that momentum, than doing it here at SummerSlam? First ever two-night SummerSlam, and Sammy's probably getting the win. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Tiffany Stratton, it's time to go back to the mid-card. That's where you need to be at. I see Jade getting the win. This going to be a solid match. I feel like Jade and Tiffany, they'll work well together. Their first match obviously ended in DQ due to Naomi, if I'm not mistaken. But it had some solid moments in there. I think it'll be solid, and I see Jade getting the win. I don't see a reason for Jade not to win. And with Naomi cashing in, I think Jade, I know she got a movie role upcoming, but it's probably something small if they haven't her do this match at SummerSlam, and there's no possibility of Naomi cashing in. So it's probably a small role that she might be gone for like 2 weeks. But Jade Cargill should get the win here. It makes the most sense. If Tiffany wins, then that would be a terrible decision, and you have nowhere to go from there. The SmackDown Tag Team Ladder Match with 6 teams, which is 12 guys. That's a tough one to predict. I think now the Y6 shouldn't be champions because they're a supernatural team, and the Y6 whole gimmick was to go after teams that attacked or turned their backs on their families. So I don't understand them being in the tag team picture. Them being tag champions doesn't make any type of sense at all. Them going after the Street Profits for the tag titles, like, they never turned on their families. They never did nothing like that. That's why they should have went after Judgment Day. But that never happened. They never did the story with the Y6 and Judgment Day. So I think they should lose, but who wins it? It's a tough one to predict when you got so many moving pieces and so many bodies. But I think the makeshift tag team of Andrade and Rey Fenix winning it could be cool. And then if you do a draft after SummerSlam, you could put them together with Penta and make them a trio, and Penta could win a mid-card title. Maybe he takes the IC title from Dominic or AJ Styles, depending on who has it. I think that'd be really cool if you made them a trio, made them a faction. Even with Penta and Rey Fenix not being together, that's one way you could bring them together, but Penta being the solo star of the group. Naomi versus Io versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. They should have did a number 1 contenders match with Rhea and Io, and whoever won got the title shot, being Io, since she just lost the title. She just was champion. But neither Io or Rhea should win. Naomi should win, go on to Clash in Paris, face Stephanie Valkyrie, get the win there, and just continue having a dominant run. I think She's been having some good promos so far, and I'm recording this on Monday before Raw. I know they got a huge 8-woman tag team match, which I'm actually excited for. I hope that match goes well. Well, I'm recording this on Monday at 5:26, and Raw comes on at 7 for me. So, but I think it's gonna be, but this triple threat match, it's gonna be fun. Io and Rhea got great chemistry. Then add Naomi, it's something different. You got a heel in the equation now. So, but I do see Naomi retaining. She should retain. Her losing wouldn't make any type of sense, in my opinion. Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know how bad Seth's injury is. Could he cash in? I don't know. Do I want him to cash in? No. Do I want CM Punk to win? Also, no. Because what's the point of giving Gunther the title back just for him to have such a short reign? Like, it won't match. If anything, his reign should be able to match what he did in his last reign. And I've actually enjoyed Gunther's promos more in this feud with CM Punk than I did with the ones with Jey Uso. So he's showing that he can step it up, and I'm liking that. I'm liking this side of Gunther. Since the Pat McAfee match, he realized he had to step it up, because being in a tight contest like that against Pat McAfee is crazy. But he did good work against Goldberg, did good stuff with Jay. It wasn't the best, but it was solid. Did good stuff against CM Punk. He's having a solid year, not having the best year. I wish it would have been better. But I think Gunther should retain. I don't think CM Punk is the guy to win it. Like, CM Punk doesn't have any big wins this year. He just lost to John Cena for the WWE title. He lost at WrestleMania. His only big win came on the Netflix debut. Other than that, like, he won a qualifying match and a triple threat for Money in the Bank. For Elimination Chamber. Like, he don't got any big wins on the year, so I don't understand why he's in another world title match. CM Punk should not win. He did nothing to earn this title match. He did absolutely nothing to earn this title match against Gunther, so I'm really confused. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Judgment Day for the women's tag team titles. Alexa Bliss is one of my favorite wrestlers, but I do think Charlotte and Alexa Bliss would help the women's tag team division by winning them. The same way that Bianca and Jade, also Bianca and Naomi elevated the titles through their story and their storytelling and matches they put on. I think Charlotte and Alexa Bliss could do the same thing, and then neither two more experienced people than Bianca and Jade and what they were doing, and they did a great job with it. But I think they could take the women's tag team title scene to the next level, and SmackDown got the tag teams to do it. Judgment Day did a good job. Raquel Rodriguez has looked really great since Liv's injury. Prayers up to Liv Morgan, but Raquel has been looking great. Roxanne's in this Judgment Day story, which is interesting, but it's kind of working, so I'm not too mad at it. But I do think Charlotte and Alexa Bliss should get the win and become the new women's tag team champions, and see how far that goes, because Alexa Bliss shouldn't turn now. I know the end goal is for Alexa Bliss to turn heel and keep Charlotte as a babyface for a while, but don't do it now. Have them win the tag titles, go on maybe a 7 or 8 month reign as tag champions. Maybe drop it to B-Fab and Michin if they still together, or who knows what they're going to do with that. Maybe you call up, maybe Sol Ruka and Zarya ready by that time and they win them. Like, let them win it and let them hold it for a little bit. Give them 7 to 8 months as tag team champions. It don't got to be a full year. Maybe it can be a year. Maybe they lose at WrestleMania. But I think Charlotte and Alexa Bliss should win this match. I think it'll be the best case scenario for the women's tag team division. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. I like Jacob Fatu, but he don't need a second title run. I hope Solo retains, but at the end of it, because I don't think this not gonna be the end of the story, and I don't know, and I really don't think this is the last match. I hope it's the last match, but I think they still gonna do stuff with the MFTs and Jacob Fatu. It's a steel cage. You know the MFTs gonna come out there. Jimmy gonna come out there. But if Tama Tonga comes back, I'm hoping he sides with Solo, because that'd be way more interesting. Not Solo, with Jacob Fatu. So maybe that's how Jacob Fatu gets it back. And he had it for 70 days, but he had his reign didn't feel like 70 days. Like, he had title defenses. He put on good matches. He was in a solid, the MFT story that was solid. So it's like, he don't need another reign. He should be elevated. He don't got to instantly be in the world title scene, but he should be having non-title feuds right now. Let Solo retain the title in the steel cage, even with the appearance of Tama Tonga. Make Tama and them look goofy by having Hikuleo, I'm not calling him, his name is Hikuleo to me, have him look dominant and take out Jimmy and Tama Tonga, and then you could do a promo where Solo is like talking about how Tama Tonga looked goofy coming back and not helping him because he still retained. Like, even if Solo win, there's still places you can go with this story. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Forgot the name of their faction, but Roman and Jey gonna get the win. It's Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and he's teaming with his cousin Jey, who's still one of the most over stars on, probably the most over star on Raw, because Roman is, well, I guess Roman on Raw too, but they're two of the most over stars in the business right now. And their family, I don't see Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed getting the win. And we don't know the status of Seth Rollins, so I'd be surprised if Braun and Brunson got the win. But if Braun and Brunson do get the win, Braun Breaker should pin Roman, because I think that'd do more for Braun Breaker. And you could even do a program with him and Roman, maybe at WrestleMania. Maybe you do Roman and Seth at Mania, but Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker would be a really cool match. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I forgot what the stipulation on this match was. Is it if Lyra loses, she can't challenge for the IC title again, but it's also a no DQ match, no countouts. So, but I do think Becky is getting the win, because Lyra doesn't. Well, she can't challenge for it as long as Becky is champion, but Lyra should be in the world title scene next year, or at least by 2027. At least build it up a little bit. She don't, like I said, a lot of this stuff don't gotta happen instantly, but it's time for certain wrestlers to have non-title feuds. If CM Punk and Drew could put on a rivalry of the year last year in 2024 with no title, other wrestlers can at least have good rivalries. It won't reach that level, but they need to be put in that light. So I think Becky needs to retain. Bayley don't need to win it. Bayley don't need to turn heel. Lyra don't need a second run, at least not right now. Maybe in the future. But I think it'll be Becky Lynch winning and retaining, and then we just waiting to see what happens next. Is the best case scenario, in my opinion. I don't think Lyra, and I love Lyra and Becky, but Lyra don't need a second title reign, and neither two are my favorite women's wrestlers, but I prefer Becky win this match, and I do think she will win it, because if you give it back to Lyra, then it's just going to be back to basic stories. Like, a lot of her stories in her first run, they were solid, but they were very basic, and I think she needs something new. Like, I don't want to see her and Bayley feud. I really don't. I don't think that's going to help Lyra. Not because Bayley is bad, but because it feels exhausted if you do Bayley and Lyra. Because it's like, if Bayley gets to win, then what does that do for her? Or if Lyra gets to win, what does that do for her? Because they done both beat each other already. So them running it back when Lyra won a tiebreaker wouldn't really make sense. And Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. Like I said, this is being recorded the Monday before Raw, so I don't know if this will be talked about. But apparently Drew forgot his passport or something, so he's still in the UK. I think he'll make it for SummerSlam. But Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre gotta win. If Randy Orton and Jelly Roll will win, then that's just hurting Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna just leave it at that. The match had the other segments that did outside of TV have got me intrigued in the feud. I'm invested in it. But Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre got to win. And Drew should pin Randy Orton. He should get his pin back, and then they can run it back one more time, do a trilogy. But one of the matches was a tag match, and then you have Drew get that win. Or maybe Randy turns heel after the match because Jelly Roll cost him the match, and you do Randy and Jelly Roll. Obviously it won't last long, but Logan and Drew need this win, especially Logan, because it's like I know because as much as people don't like to say it, Logan Paul is great. So I don't see why you have him in this tag team match. But it's going to be interesting. Dominic versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles should win the Intercontinental Championship. It's time to start telling the breakup of the Judgment Day. Have them drop the gold. Have Roxanne and Raquel lose the tag titles. Have Dawn lose the IC title. Then you start telling the downfall of the Judgment Day. And by the time Liv is back, it's officially broken up, and Dominic has to make a decision. Does he want to go with Roxanne or does he want to go with Liv? You got to build that up, and you got to start here at SummerSlam. LWO better not win those tag titles when I'm filming this. They better not. But that's how you start telling the downfall of the Judgment Day. And Finn and JD will still have to be tag champions, because if they all lose in the same week, then it's just like, oh, we all losers. At 3 out of the 5 I gotta lose, so it's justified to start telling the breakup and the downfall of that. But the main event of SummerSlam, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. This is an easy one for me. I see John Cena's retaining that title, and they're doing a double turn after the match. People might not like it because people want John Cena to retire as a heel. Some people want Cody to win the title back. First of all, Cody shouldn't be in this match. Him winning King of the Ring did nothing. King of the Ring got him a guaranteed title match when he already had a pin over John Cena and could have just got a rematch because he got screwed by Travis Scott at WrestleMania. He could have just asked for a rematch. He didn't have to win King of the Ring. So first of all, the way you built this up was really bad. But Cody doesn't need a second world title reign. We've seen what he did before the title with feuding with Brock, with Seth, feuding with the Bloodline, even leading up to that. So what is he going to do after he's won the championship? He can't keep chasing the championship. He can't keep chasing. He has to have non-title feuds. He has to do mid-card stuff. And now that he's lost the title, you can't just lose and do that before you win the title, get the title, and then expect to keep chasing the title after losing it. You have to go on and do other stuff. So John Cena got to win the match. You got to do the double turn because they've been teasing it. People might hate it, but John Cena was going to retire as a babyface. I think that was pretty obvious from the start. Even with the heel turn, I feel like most people would have figured out that he's going to retire as a babyface. He wasn't going to stay heel the entire time. But John Cena should retire with the championship. And then they could bring in a new design. But John Cena should retire as the champion. And Seth can still cash in on the WWE Championship. He just don't have to do it this year. You got a whole year. What Paul Heyman say, he got till next June to cash in. So he can cash in February for all we know. John Cena will be retired by that point. But John Cena should win the championship. They should do the double turn, and that's how you end SummerSlam. Send the fans home happy and shocked at the same time. Because then we get a heel Cody, which we could have got at WrestleMania. He's been back for 3 years now. He could have turned heel. But Cody Rhodes has to turn heel now. This